Today's a real milestone. The Datsun's come a long way from where we've started with like a non-running, scruffy left-hand drive car, and why it's so important today, it's going off to the body shop. So it's the next big chunk, and it's really going to start to take shape. So we've done a lot of preparation work, as you've seen in the videos, up to date, where we've done the right-hand drive conversion, we restored the underside, we've got the engine in, the suspension, the brakes and so on. So what I've been doing at this stage is really getting the body kit fitted. So all the panels are on, so I've got riv nuts, all the bolts in place, so the body shop know how it's going to look. They will take them off and paint each piece separately anyways, but it's fine. And what I've also done along the car, all the holes I no longer wanted to use, like the trims, door mirrors, I've actually welded them up, so they're all closed. I've just got to get the glass out, and this is really brittle, so what I'm going to do is just get a knife and cut the rubbers out. I've already bought new ones, so it doesn't matter. So I've come over to customize, see how they're going with the Datsun. It's been a few days now, so hopefully they've made some progress. Let's see what's going on. So I'm back at customize, see how they're getting on with the Datsun. And they made good progress. So far, they've tackled all the panel beating work, all the dents and so on. The roof was my biggest concern, but the guy's saying they took everything off because there were cracks in there, and they've redone that. And luckily, it's not too bad. So that was the biggest problem. All the panel beating work. Remember here I had the original cutouts for the indicators, the recesses for the bumper. They tackled all of that. Everything shaped up quite nicely. So the lack of corrosion of shell is really good news. There's little bits around the edges of the boot and the lights which they've tackled. They've done some welding work. So it's making good progress. One of the things they've helped me with is the rear arch. I wasn't happy with the way it sat around the wheel, so I'll show you what they've done to that for me. So I'd closed off that light here, and then there was that recess for the bumper. So now they've started to take shape there. It's coming across quite nice. So that's quite good. So we discussed about the lines here. We want to keep the original line there. So I think when that's all finished, it'll be right, because if that gets filled over time, it'll crack. So we'll leave it looking authentic. So if I mock that piece up, and the way this sits, so I've got the riv nuts in, so the panel fits quite easily there. And the issue I had in the original design, this curve carried on, and it was almost touching the wheel. So what the guys have done now is, from that point down, they've cut it and bent it backwards. So I've got a nice gap all the way along the wheel. So that fits a lot better. And the other issue I was having was this corner here at the back, which are reshaping. Because the amount of give in that panel, there isn't much, we have to sort of modify it a little bit. So all of that's taking shape quite nice, so I'm happy with that. I think the next stage really is to finish the prep work and get the car in primer, and then I've got to do the door shuts, the rear tailgate shuts, and then I've got to take the engine out for them so they can do the engine bay. One of the things I really like about the older cars is the wing mirrors. Now if you recall, the car had original door mirrors, and I welded up those holes there. What I've done now is to drill out holes for some chrome door mirrors that are going to sit on the wings here. The other thing the guys are doing is this gap here is to make it as clean as possible, because ideally I don't want rubber seals there. I think if we have a nice clean edge, it'll look much, much better. So there's a bit of prep work there, but overall it's coming along really nicely, so I'm quite happy.